Is that working? Okay, so my terrible webcam mic is working. That's fun. Okay, well, that's bizarre. Alright, give me just a little bit, and we're going to figure this out. We're going to figure it out, I swear. Okay, so if I do that one, the webcam is working, but not the Yeti mic. Why is that? Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to... Audio. It's got it checked. That's, there's that. I don't know why that doesn't want to work though. Well, this is a great start. It was all working yesterday. We might just delete Yeti mic and try re-adding it. Okay, Yeti mic is gone. Let's add an audio input. Yeti. And we'll change that to Yeti Classic. And still nothing. Very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. Well. I know that it's working. Like, I know the actual thing is plugged in. Because one, there's a light. There's a light right here. But I also have my headphones plugged into it. So the mic is on. It's just not picking up here. And why is that? Do I have something else that's using my microphone, maybe? Maybe. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Microphone access is on. Last used. Camera, Xbox, this guy. Currently in use. Composition blur. What are we talking about here? Composition blur. Did you guys see that? OBS composition blur is using my microphone. Why? Well, so we've got this. Filters. Color correction. Chroma key. Oh my gosh. I'm blue. Okay, that was weird. Okay. Recent activity. That is very bizarre. Okay. Well, I mean, it's OBS. It's the OBS icon. But let's do desktop apps access your microphone. Currently in use. Okay, composition blur. Maybe that one. Check. No, nothing. Okay, still nothing. So let's do this. Let's check and see. Okay, so let's delete the Yeti input. Yes, there we go. Okay. So, now let's re-add audio input. We're going to call that Yeti. Set that to microphone Yeti Classic. Oh, no, wait, no. Thought I saw some stuff. Default. Okay, so it looks like it's saying the default is my webcam. But why is that? So let's come here to audio settings. Let's go to control panel. We gotta go into a little bit of sound. And let's do a little bit of recordings. Oh my gosh. Come on, computer. You can do it. I know you can. Okay. Headset, Oculus. I don't know why that's even showing because you're not plugged in. Yeti. You're ready. Set as default. Okay. Configure. Okay. Well. What on earth? Why was it muted? What? Okay. Yeah. That was weird. That was very bizarre. Let's delete that input. Okay. At that point, I think we're good. Let's go down to those levels. Wow, that was very bizarre. I don't know why my microphone was doing that, but it's working now. Welcome, everybody. Man, I feel like those lights are just a little bit too bright. Turn that down just a little bit. I think the background's fine still. They were a little blinding, so. All right, well, with that very fun and exciting start, I apologize to anyone who has joined and left because of that terrible stuff, and I apologize for anyone who may be watching the VOD later and is completely bored by that. Anyway, microphone's working. Welcome back. We're going to be working on Tomb of Versilius again today. We got a lot of stuff done yesterday. I'm just going to close that. But we're going to make even more progress today. So, yesterday we were working on fixing death, right? So we added a whole bunch of stuff, so we needed to fix death. We added the sigil to the room so you can exit, and we made it so when you leave the room, the sigil also disappears. We also got rid of the old exiting system just because I didn't want to just go through a door and have you go to the next floor. We also added a 7th card draw, so hopefully we won't break the draw system as easily. Eventually we will add more because I have it set so that I can build up to 11 cards. I believe when I was crunching some numbers, right? I went through this whole thing trying to figure out exactly how many cards you're going to need or want to draw, and so hopefully 11 cards will be enough. But anyway, so we added the 7th card yesterday. So today we have got all sorts of fun stuff that we can be working on. So I think the first thing, let's see, what do we got? So we've got Create Teleportation Sigil, where you insert 2 d20s to teleport, or you complete quests, etc. We've got Creating the Exit Sigil, so we just need to finish that system as well. There's also a bug that we ran into yesterday, where when you were exiting... Actually, so I was doing some playtesting after the stream yesterday, and I noticed that even when I enter the Sigil room, it was trying to show Decoration -1. So we need to figure out that bug, figure out what's going on there. Anyway, so we got that. We also have potentially adding mini-games to disable traps versus just doing the dex saving throw. Let's see. Oh, update death, reset new variables, turn off new switches, etc. I think we can say that is finished. Yeah, okay, so we fixed that, right? Or did we add that later in the day yesterday? We may have added that later in the day yesterday. Update death, reset new variables, turn off switches, etc. Yeah, we fixed that. That's good to go. So we can just set that to finished. Okay. So, let's do... should we work on the sigil? I think we should work on the sigil today. So let's add that one and then create teleportation sigil. I think since we got the D20s for your stats to be able to remove those yesterday working, I think we can continue on the path of making the sigil require D20s to activate. I think that makes more sense than the quests. So, all right, so let's go find room 39. Mr. Alex Khan. Hello there. It's Tossin Khan from his PC. Welcome back. Glad you could be here. All right, we're gonna go find room 39. 30. Wow, this has just been the easiest run of my life. Okay. 36. Okay, well. All right, still not too bad. Hey. Oh yeah, I forgot. I made it so the monsters give tons of experience when you kill them. You will not usually level up that fast. All right, let's see here. There we go, some more vitality. Okay, so this is what we're going to be... Wait, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're doing the sigil. Ah, crap. Ah. Okay, so 39. Wait, where am I going? I'm going up in... okay, I'm going too far. We need to go back through the dungeon. Back through the dungeon. Yes, we need to go back so we can go forward. I know that doesn't make much sense. We're going to go back to go forward. Because it loops and winds. Loops and... Oh my gosh. Loops and winds. I need to get out of that habit of hovering over draw. Okay, there's the sigil. There we go. So I have... Let's see if it'll do it. There we go. Okay, so even still when you enter the sigil room, we're still getting that decor -1. Because it's trying to show, for some reason, decor -1. And we're going to find out why that is. So, let's do that really quick. I feel like we can figure that out. Yes, because it's somewhere in here. Because this is what is showing the decor. Right here. This is literally all it is. Right there. So we need to figure out, it's probably somewhere here in the if statements. We need to figure out why. Because it's trying to show one of these pictures. Either decor plus those variables or decor plus these variables. So, let's figure that out. Okay, so right now we are saying game variables value 920. Now 920 is the trap, right? 920 is and plus the player location. So if you're in room 1, this is checking the trap. So if the trap is less than or equal to 0. So if there is no trap in the room, right? Is that how we should do it? Yes, we should do it that way. Okay, yes. So if it's equal to or less than or equal to 0. And if 840, which is the decorations, if the decorations are equal to 0. Yes. And then we want to set random number between 1 and 4. And then show picture 38, decor 840 plus 100. Yeah, so what is happening there? Howdy Frojo, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Okay. So the issue is happening with one of these. Let's find out which one. So if we... This is my easiest way to test because it's just super simple. So we just flash the screen. Flash it in white if it's doing that. We'll flash it in red if it's doing that one. Okay. Let's go find out. Let's go find out what's happening. Okay, so the sigil room... Okay, we're going to get flashes every time, but that's okay. Hopefully the sigil room is not too far. Room 54. All right, we're doing that again. We're doing that again. Let's hope it's not too far. Room 54. We're looking for room 38. Okay, that's a little bit closer. 38. I know that's going to be a little weird to see every time it flashes, but that's okay. Come on. Oh, come on. We gotta get a bit. We gotta get to room 38. This is not going well. Okay, that's interesting. Is it rerunning that script? Huh. Do you get hurt if you bust? Yes. So, looks like you're a first-time chatter. Welcome to the stream. Oh, hey, Hugs Not Drugs. Yes, so if you bust, the monster gets an attack opportunity. So, never mind the flashing red screen. That is, we're trying to test some code. So if I intentionally bust, the monster gets to attack, and right now it just flashes my player card red. Nothing too crazy. But yes, so let's get some more. Let's get some strength, actually. Crap. What was the room? Was it 38? I think it was 38. Or maybe I'm just remembering weird. We're going to go to room 38 and see what happens. Okay. I'm like 99% sure it was 38. All right, let's see if okay, we can just run away from this guy. Or he won't let us run away. Is that another bug we've got? Okay, all right. Okay, I really hope it's 38 that we're trying to get to. Crap. Oh my gosh. Alright, never mind. We're not, Alright, we're just gonna die. We're just gonna die and try this again. Let's see, Mr. Alex Kahn says, hey, I'm making my game right now, and I need a suggestion. You know, the spike fall from the game, and there's a flat ground. Should there be bumps in the ground? I feel like adding some bumps, some type of obstacle, I feel like could be good to have in your game. Because, yeah, if it's just a flat... I mean, maybe having your first level just be flat to kind of like introduce people and then slowly build up from there. The game that comes to mind for your situation, if you've ever played Stick Fight, it's basically, it's a... I almost said 4v4. It's like a free-for-all. I think you can also do teams. But anyway, so you're just a bunch of stick people running around. There's weapons and things like that. So you're trying to eliminate, but like the levels go by super quickly. But the first level is always just a very simple, it's just a flat plane. That's it, nothing crazy. And then from there it goes through and adds, different platforms and things like that to the level. So I would maybe say for your first level, have it be just simple, flat, and then if there's a way that you're going to be progressing through the game, have it then add bumps, platforms, hills, whatever you would add to the game. All right, room 49. I really hate those flashes. I will be so glad when we can disable that. I keep thinking every time I enter the room, I get hurt. But it's multiplayer, so there is no level. There is no level. So are you just... So in your game, is it just... You've got like the one screen that you play with other people? So when I say level, I'm meaning like as you progress through. Sorry, maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're meaning, but yeah. So with level, I'm just meaning. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I would say if you wanted to add bumps and obstacles and things like that to the game, maybe keeping the first level kind of like as a tutorial, keeping that one simple and flat, and then as you like if there's different scenes, so not necessarily different levels but different scenes that you like after someone wins, if you go to a new scene, have that one have the bumps and the hills and the obstacles and things like that. Maybe spawn the object after some amount of time. You could also do that as well. Yeah, just as the clock progresses, if people aren't getting hit by the spikes, yeah, introducing some obstacles would be a good way to do that. All right. Okay, so it's obviously not room 38. What am I remembering? Crap. Alright, I'm gonna have to focus for a little bit because I keep forgetting this room number. Because I have a one-track mind, apparently. Okay, 36. Oh my gosh, 56. Come on, let's go. Alright, variable 23. Okay, 23. If I forget this number, please remind me. It's room 23. Okay, so we're going to room 23. Moving along. Wow. Frojo, Hugs Not Drugs, you guys are so helpful. But the blue on my screen is really hard to... Is that Fresh Achilles? Thank you, Fresh Achilles. I appreciate that. These other two clowns over in here. Okay, so when we go to the left, that will be the room. What is funnier than 23? I'm gonna guess 25. Okay, so before we go into the room, though, let's go down here and check. We want to check on the decoration. Make sure... So room decor in room 23. 23. Room 23... Oh, it's -1. Okay, yes. So it's already set to -1. That is correct? Yes? Am I... Let's go check and see. Am I manually setting when it spawns... Okay, so it's creating the room sigil in room either 1 through 60. It checks if the variable's value 97 plus 4 times 36. Now 36, yes, if you're greater than 0. So if there's a room, then it for the variable 906, sigil in room X equals random card face. So then it sets that. Yes, okay, that's correct. And then this right here. So set value to variable 98 plus 4 times 906. Okay, so that's setting the monster to be -1, because there's no monster in the sigil room, no item 1, and no item 2. That's these first 3 lines of code. And then we've commented out room decor set value 840 plus... Is it actually commented out, though, then? I feel like maybe I just haven't commented out that code correctly. That is a JavaScript comment, right? It's the /* and then */ JS code comment. So you've got the //. Oh, that's a single. Okay, so I could just do... All right. That's how I had it yesterday, and then I second-guessed myself. Okay, this is how you do block comments. But we've just got the single line, so we'll just do a single line there. I'm pretty sure that isn't actually doing that, though. Pretty sure. But just to be on the safe side. Oh, okay. I think we found the bug. So over here, when it's spawning Dungeon 1, this sets all the layout, right? And then in here is telling it, don't spawn a monster, don't spawn the items, and then it was saying, don't spawn decorations. But then I commented it out. But on dungeon number 2, so if you're on the second floor, I didn't comment out that code. So it's setting that variable to be -1. Now, okay, so that's gonna fix the bug. But now we need to find out why was it over here? Okay, well, now that we got that figured out, let's come back over here into the test play. Now let's go over one. We're going to see what color it flashes so we can see what it's given us. Okay, so it's flashing white when we got over here, which I believe is going to give us an error. Okay, which it did. Good. Good, not good. Okay, flashing white. So that means we are in this section here. Okay. So that makes sense why it can't show -1, because there is no picture -1. So the question then is, why would it go there when I'm saying if game variable dot value 840, which 840 is room decor. So 840, so it's 840 plus your location. So if you're in room number 1, it'd be variable 841, 842 for room 2, so on and so forth. Okay. So 840 plus game variables dot value 100. Okay, so if you are equal to 0, then you need to set yes. So I believe making that change then let's find out. I believe making that change should have fixed it. Should have fixed it. We'll find out though. Okay, so the sigil is in room 38. Let's go. Out of my way, slime pod. We got a mission to go on. Okay, 24. So we go up one more. Nope. I'm making the same mistake. Okay, so 35. Okay, so we need to go over and then down to get to room 238. There we go. Level up. Let's get some more. Let's get some vitality, actually. You're messing with the wrong person there, buddy. Okay. All right. Okay, so 27, 33. So I believe one more room up is going to be 38. Guess we'll find out. Nope, 39. Okay, so then I need to go one to the left. Okay, so let's just make sure one last time, hopefully one last time. So the decorations in room 38 is currently set to 0. That's what we want. And then if we come over here, it is set to 3. It's showing. Okay. So there are decorations in the sigil room now, which is good. That's what we want. It didn't bug out, which is also what we want. Okay. So then if we... So I want to check now on floor number 1. We just want to make sure that this bug is eliminated permanently. It is gone for good. See if we can get a floor number 1. It just randomly decides between floor 2 and 1 right now, so we're just going to keep refreshing until floor... There we go. Floor number 1. Okay. So floor number 1, the sigil room is... Alright, so we're going to exit this... Okay, well, there's a bug. There's a problem. So... Oh, boy. Okay, well, yes. So... Alright. So it is showing the decorations. We fixed that bug. Yay. Perfect. Here's a problem, though. I don't want the sigil room to ever spawn where you are spawning. So we're going to fix that. Another bug. That's okay. That is the fun part. So, I think I had one of these... let's see. Fixed bug where leaving sigil room sometimes tries to show picture decor 1. Okay, that's fixed. We're good to go there. So it was just that I improperly commented out code, but didn't mean to. So we're good there. Now, the issue, I believe, will be somewhere up in here. So spawning the dungeon creates the room layouts all right here. Create exit sigil. So this is going to be a loop. So it's going to pick a room between 1 and 60 on the floor. And then if variable 97, which we're just going to check really quick because I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. 97 is 97, and then it's plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the room layouts. Yes. So 97 is room layouts. So if room layout plus 4 times 36. Okay, so this is just checking, is the room a room, right? So it picks a random number between 1 and 60, which is the amount of rooms. And then this is just checking, hey, did the number you pick, is it actually a room? Because right here it's setting the variables for all the layouts. So if there's nothing here set, then it's going to be 0. So it's like, hey, are you greater than 0? If so, you can do this. If not, loop back and pick another number. Basically, yeah. So very, very simple, roundabout way of doing it. But anyway, so that's what's going on there. So then it's saying, yes, if that is, great. So then, next, we need to have another one. So let's come over here. We need to move the player's starting location to above this whole process. So we need to spawn the player before it checks where the player is. Otherwise, it's not going to know where the player is, and it's not going to know where to spawn. So let's do this. Okay, so first it checks for that. And then we need to have another check. So conditional branch, if... So then check if 97. We don't care about that. So what we're checking for, we want to check for players' locations. We want to... Okay, this one will be really simple. So we just want to say, check if variable... So right now we're storing that in variable 36. So check if variable 36 is not equal to game variables 100, player location. Okay, so this is just saying, so wherever you have spawned the sigil room, is it not equal to the player's location? If it isn't, then it can move on, do all this stuff. If it is, though, it then has to go back again and shuffle through. So this whole loop right here, there's not much to it, but this whole loop, all it's saying is pick a random number between 1 and 60. Whatever number you picked, is it a room? And is the player starting in that room? If not, you're good to go. Okay, there we go. That should resolve that bug. Perfect. So let's come over here. I forgot to add a card for that. Don't spawn sigil room where player spawns. Okay, that one's good to go. Perfect. Look at that. We're just cleaning up bugs left and right. We are bug exterminators this morning. And I haven't even done this yet. Gotta poop. Haven't even opened up the monster yet today, and we're already cracking through bugs. All right, so let's start working on the sigil. So I believe the next thing we're going to want to do... good afternoon. Man, I've got to turn up the contrast or something, or maybe I just need to bring this closer. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Loki Trickster. Sorry, I think I need to adjust the colors on my Twitch chat, because some of the darker colored ones, like I've got like a dark blue, a dark red, and it is just very difficult to read the names, so I apologize. Yeah, good afternoon, Loki Trickster. Yes, I am drinking the Ultra Peachy Keen. It's one of my favorites. I say that as I have to read the label off of the can. It's because I wanted to get it right. I just call it peach flavor, but I wanted to get the actual name right. Yeah, caffeine. I know, you're probably so proud of me right now. Hey, I need it, okay? Life is stressful. It's a stressful time. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So we need to create the teleportation sigil where you have to insert D20s. Now, do we want to have... It is the elixir of the gods, honestly. I mean, I know that I could function without it, but why would I want to function without it? It just makes life so much better. And before you say it doesn't, hugs not drugs, it does. Trust me. So we probably want to have some type of minimum requirement for the types of D20s that you're inserting. Right? Right. Probably. Most likely. So let's take a look here. Because yesterday, we made it... Because before, when you equipped dice into your modification slots, you couldn't remove them. So yesterday we fixed that. We made it so you could remove them. So you put it in here, take it out. Good. You're good to go. I know we've talked about maybe getting rid of the luck modifier, or the luck stat altogether, just because, while I like the idea of having luck, you know, the more luck you have, the better draws you get, the better dice you find, all that fun stuff. But I feel like it's maybe the most pointless out of all the stats, right? You need your vitality, right? You want to be able to increase your HP. You need your dexterity. You need to be able to avoid monsters, avoid traps, things like that. I'd say dexterity is probably second on the chopping block, but then strength, obviously you need your strength to be able to attack. So luck. I feel like luck, using the purple dice, so we're trying to keep the color palette simple, so we only have so many colors to pick from. So I think utilizing the purple of the luck dice might be what we do to activate the sigil. I think that might be what we need to do. So let's go with that. So it's going to be purple dice that you collect and put around. So if we're going to do that, if we're going to get rid of luck, then what will we need? We will need... We're going to need to change the level up screen, which is fine. We can do that. We can get rid of that. We're going to need to... We could expand the inventory so you've got 12 slots instead of 9. That could be useful. Yeah. I think we're just going to pull the trigger on that. We're going to get rid of the luck stat altogether. You're going to be gone. Sorry, luck. We're just going to have the 3 stats. Vitality, strength, and dexterity. So then you're collecting the luck dice as you go through. So we would have to manually tell the dungeon that it has to spawn X amount of luck dice. Or do we just make it so you can use the sigil regardless? If you find the sigil, you can just go. You can just leave the floor. You don't have to unlock it, but if you're leaving the floor, you're not collecting all the experience you could have collected. You're not collecting all the dice you could have collected. I think we might actually go with that. Maybe you just don't even need to activate the sigil. You go into that room, it's there, and you can leave. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We'll keep it simple. That's all we're doing. Yep. All right. Let's get into that. So, the sigil. How are we going to do this? So we already have the sigil spawning. Let's do this. We're going to swap something really quick. So right here, so that's creating the room traps. Create room decorations. The sigil. Sigil's up here. Spawn sigil. So we're going to swap this to off. Because right now, this is basically saying, if the sigil's on, show this picture. If it's off, show this picture. Inactive and active. So we're just going to swap that really quickly just to make it more easier. To make it easier. And we're going to say, by default, the sigil is active. We could have floors where you do have to do specific things, but for now, we'll just say the active and inactive thing just doesn't come into play at all. It's just the sigil's active, and that's what you do. Okay, so with that, let's do... we need to create a way to actually use the sigil. So, coming over here to Photoshop. We need the, not POV section, we need the card area. So with the cards, we've got the buttons, we've got the cards. Okay? Let's do... So we're going to want to show some text to let the player know. I'm also thinking... Man, it's so difficult because I know that this whole layout is probably going to change a bit over time. And so I hate like going through and creating things based off around this layout because I know that I'm probably going to change it at some point in time, but oh well, it is what it is. So let's just get it working. We can figure out the visuals later. So with the card area, let's do the buttons. So we got card area. Let's create a new, oh actually here, we're going to do that so you can actually not need both buttons. So let's come over here. We can get rid of the attack button. Well, the sigil is going to be purple, so we're going to make the button purple. So let's center this on screen. There we go. Let's recolor this to be purple. Brightest. Let's just go off of the color palette. How about? Let's do that. So I know I'm getting the correct colors. That's a frame. There. You there. You there. And you there. Perfect. Oh my gosh. There we go. Activate. Oh, excuse me. I'm still getting over my cold. It's not fun. Okay, so you've got the activate button. Okay. And then we're just going to want to tell the player a magical sigil is on the floor. I'm back. Sigil or sigil? Well, now you're making me second guess things. Is it sigil or sigil? Huh? Sigil. A seal. Well, which is it? Is it sigil? I swear I googled this the other day and it was like, oh yeah, this is a sigil. But if it's with S... A sigil is a symbol used in magic that can represent a spirit, a desired outcome, or a seal. Alright, I blame Google. I blame Google. You should have seen the first time that I tried to spell sigil without knowing how to spell sigil. It was bad. Yeah, if you Google sigil with a C, a whole bunch of stuff shows up. Alright. Well, thank you, Hugs Not Drugs. L Google. Definitely L Google. Tragic. Alright, we're gonna go with an S. Sigil. Actually, to be fair, I did accidentally use Bing at first. Because I've tried to separate, like, my streaming stuff from my personal accounts. And so I use Brave for all my personal stuff. And I was like, well, I could just create a new profile in Brave. But I was like, I'll just open up freaking Edge and I'll just log into all of my streaming stuff there. So I've been using Edge for all my streaming stuff. And, yeah. It's terrible because I'll every now and then just be like, oh, open up a new tab and search for it. Bing is horrible. Horrible. Anyway, yeah. Edge, not a fan, but I thought for sure if I went to Google and was like, sigil, it'd be like, do you mean sigil with an S? But nope, they were like, oh yeah, sigil, that's a thing. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, a magical sigil is on the floor. Yeah, glad to have you in chat so you can correct me. Classic. Magical sigil is on the floor. Activate sigil and leave the dungeon. Alright, there we go. Let's get that centered. Okay. Now let's get this centered on here. Let's make sure that it's pixel perfect. Alright, 116 is 58. Come on. Really? There we go. Okay. Magical sigils on the floor. Activate sigil and leave the dungeon. Oh yeah, also, yeah, for the monsters, they are a placeholder, unfortunately. So, yeah, I purchased this pack of monsters because I'm not a pixel artist. Like, I say, okay, I'm not a pixel artist. Regardless of everything on this screen being something that I made, minus the monsters, I would not consider myself a pixel artist at all. Not at all. So I purchased this pixel monster pack, right? And it was all like, oh, there's like 1,000 monsters in here, and they were like, you know, player characters, which is like what this person's from. And I was like, that's perfect. So I bought it, and I started looking at it, and I'm like, I was like, something just feels off. I'm like, if you're a pixel artist, right? Like, true, you don't have to go for having everything be, I cannot think of the term for it, but where like everything matches one side to the other. But I was like, it just feels too off. Like, this hand feels too different from that hand. And while like these legs look almost very similar, they're like slightly off, and you've got like the face where it's symmetrical. That's the word. I'm like, it's almost symmetrical, but not quite. So I'm like, this just feels weird. So I went back to the posting, and it was like, oh, these are all AI generated. And I'm like, I'm not paying you $10 to get your AI generated pixel monsters. I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever. So anyway, so I'm like, well, I'm going to use these as a placeholder. I'm going to find better monsters later that, you know, just feel better. But for now, they get the job done. They let you know there's a monster there and you got to kill it. So, okay, so card area, center section, we've got sigil. Yes, we've got the sigil. Okay, so we got the button. We need to move that text above the button. Sorry, I'm doing some layering stuff here. We're just going to call this activate, and we're going to move all of these assets from draw to activate, delete the draw folder. Okay, so we got the activate button. Now let's come down here. We need to save this. Well, actually, let's do this. We need to create new. All right, so we got the activate button. Let's save this to images. Pictures. PNG. Okay. Buttons, yes. Button attack, button draw, button activate. 1. And then we need the color palette again. Let's just snag all those colors. What? Oh! That's why. Need to be on the right layer if I'm going to copy a color palette. Okay, and then we're going to come over here. So this is the default button state, and then we need the hover state, which is that. Okay, so then let's save that as PNG activate 2, and then we need the pressed state. So let's grab that and that. Nope. Let's deselect those. And we need that, and that, and that. We'll move those down 4. Okay. Now we've got the darker gray. I can't remember now. Button 3. It's that color of gray for the press down. Or the on click, if you will. All right. Okay. wait, I almost forgot. We got to move you down 4. Okay, and that is activate 3. Perfect. Okay, so we've got the activate button. Now we just need to... Actually, let's come in here. Images. We've got a lot of images that we don't need. So let's clear this out really quick. So we've got door. We can get rid of those doors. We don't need... intro. There's a bunch of intro stuff that we don't need, but there's also stuff we do need. You know what? Never mind. Let's not clear all this out yet. Because I know there's stuff that we need and stuff we don't need. We're not going to bother with that right now. So let's come back over here. We've got the activate and deactivate. Well, just activate when it's active and activate when it's not active. And let's come down here, grab the text. Let's flatten the layer so it's not text anymore. Let's do new. Let's do, well, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so there's the text. Let's do, okay, so we want to create kind of a new group of text. So we'll just call it text underscore, and then this is where we're going to differentiate what the different texts are. That way I can just search for text and I can find all the different text. So this is going to be text, sigil, and we just do text sigil. Good enough. Gets the job done. So, when we enter the room, so this is showing the sigil. We might actually... Okay, what pictures do we have to work with? So that's showing 39. Well, we're in the... Not in the POV area. We're in the card area, the card section. So we're using pictures 23 through 36. Actually, that'll be fine. We'll just use the image layers that the cards are on, because the cards aren't going to be drawn in the sigil room. So, yeah. Just have to find the right... there we go. Card draws. So this is starting at image layer 23. Perfect. So let's do 23. Yes. Okay. So let's come over here. So when you come into the sigil room and it shows the sigil, let's show picture 23 text. We show that centered at 640, and then let's go find out the Y coordinates. Oh, that's weird. There we go. Okay, so let's get that centered with that, and then let's find the Y coordinates that we're going to show this picture at. It is 544. Okay, so that's 544. Okay. And we're already showing the sigil. We need to show the button above. Well, it doesn't really matter if it's above the text. So we'll do 23 is the text, and 24 is the button. Button activate. So we got that one, that one, that one. Perfect. So we're just going to show that one. There we go. And this, let's get the Y coordinates for it. The activate button. Y coordinates are 640 by 660. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so that will be when you go into the sigil room, it will show all that good stuff. Now we will need to hide. Yes. Okay, so if you're in the sigil room, let's turn on a switch. Control switches turn on in sigil room. I'm also going to need to go through and rename any of these switches and variables that are spelled incorrectly with sigil. So in sigil room, turn that on. Perfect. And then with that, so that's switch 40. Now we also will need to turn that off when you leave the room. So let's figure that out. Oh. Hopefully you can hear the music well enough. I've been trying to find some good music that I can use on the stream for the past couple weeks. And I finally found that you can use, so there's this channel. I posted it in the chat. Yeah, Bits and Hits. They've got such good lo-fi music. And it's just amazing. Anyway, I discovered last night that they're like, yep, you can use our music in stream. We'll never copyright claim you. They were very upfront and honest, though. They were like, we won't copyright claim you. But if you're using, they're reproducing other music, right? I mean, this is Age of Empires. So they're like, we will not copyright claim or anything like that, but we can't promise that maybe Microsoft won't try. So we're going to be listening to this. But anyway, yeah, it's good music. I like it. It's very relaxing. Stream Beats also has some good hits as well with no copyright claims. I think I've got some of theirs saved. I think. Or maybe I've looked into them. That sounds familiar. Stream Beats. But, yeah. I had originally looked into Lo-Fi Girl because they were also like, oh yeah, you can use all of our music. It's copyright free, nothing like that. And I'm like, sweet. I used it in one stream, and that video got 5 copyright claims, and I'm like, okay, I guess we're not using Lo-Fi Girl. So that was good times. 100%. Okay, let's figure this out. So here's what the conundrum I'm going through right now. So when you start the game, it shows these buttons, right? Draw and attack. I had originally showed these here because they were going to be here permanently. But I think this bottom area is going to work best as a moving piece to the dungeon, right? So if you're in an empty dungeon, we don't want there to be the draw and attack buttons, right? So you can't draw and attack. You're in here, you can't draw, you can't attack. There's nothing to do. So I think having that blank will be best. So to do that, we need to... Actually, I guess we don't need that switch for in Sigil Room, because if we're only going to be showing the draw and attack buttons when you're in combat, then what we can do is if current room monster is not equal to -1. Okay, so we have a variable set aside right now with current room monster. This is taking whatever the room you go into, it takes the variable from that room, puts it in current room monster, so that I can have one central block, right? So you've got the current room layout, current room monster, current room item 1, current room item 2. So we're going to take current room item monster. If you are equal to or greater than 1, then it will show that text. So let's do this really quick. We're going to switch over to... Actually, we'll just turn that off so you can see. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So it's variable 94. Okay. So let's do the attack and draw. Draw. So condition. So it's 94. Okay, so then we will also do and if game variables dot value of 94 is greater than or equal to 1. Refresh. Okay. And then if we come over here to the attack text, go to the end, paste that. If 94 is greater than or equal to 1, we're also going to unhide all of that because we have these second draw buttons. I know it's a little weird. We can actually probably just leave those. We don't need to worry about those. So with that, should be able to come in here. Okay, so it's not showing the text. That's good. So we just need to hide the actual buttons now as well if you're not in combat. So let's do that. So we've got the dungeon UI. We've got the draw buttons. There they are. Okay. So we don't want to show those on the first room because you're not going to be in combat. We don't want the first room you come into to have any combat. It can have items, but not combat. So let's just cut that. And then when you go into the new room, we're going to have a new section here. The comment is show buttons, I guess, for now. Let's do draw/attack buttons. You need to be very specific in your comments so that if you're ever coming back and looking at your code, you know what's going on. So let's do a conditional branch. If the variable, what was it, 94? If current room monster is greater than or equal to 1, then we're going to show the buttons. Okay, there we go. Now, we're going to need to hide the buttons as well. But we'll get to that in just a second. So let's do this. Did I copy or did I cut? I cut. Show Y. Did I do something wrong? If current room monster is greater than or equal to 1. Why? Let's just cut that and see if it still shows up, though. They're still showing up. Okay, so something else is showing those pictures. All right. Let's go find out what is showing those pictures. So we start here. Dungeon UI. You don't have the pictures, do you? Okay, good. For you. Okay, here we go. This is where we're at. So this is the draw button and the attack buttons. Yes. So we're only going to have U active if the variable, 94, is greater than or equal to 1. There we go. I knew we would find it. It's easy enough. So if you come in here, there we go. There's no buttons. Can't click them, can't do anything like that. If you come over here and if you fight a monster, shows the buttons, shows the cards. Perfect. We can attack, everything's good to go. Fan-frickin-tastic. Well, that was some easy draws. Okay, so then here's where we need to figure this out. So after the monster dies, we then need it to... What is happening here? Do you guys see that? What is happening with the floor number? It's like randomly just spiking between 1 and 2. Okay, so something... What is happening? I know what's happening. So, it turns on switch A, right? Switch A used to go to this page, because it would basically say, all right, you've done all this stuff, turn on switch A, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about that anymore. But when I added this second condition of creating the room monster, it now has nowhere to go. So, we're going to create a new page right here, and if the self switch A is on, do nothing. But if A and the current room monster is set to 1 or above, okay. Whew, that was an interesting and quick bug. So, there we go. Floor is fine. We move up. Okay, we're good. We're good. So, the next thing we need to do is when the monster dies, we need to erase pictures 35 and 36. Okay. So the monster damage is... That's player damage, card draws. Monster animation. It's monster hit, dead monster. Okay. So down here, before you turn on... Nope. Dead monster. Okay, so this is spawn monster is on. Hit monster. Dead monster. And if hit monster and dead monster are on. And then if the player's XP is greater than or equal to the player's max XP, level up. Okay, so I think right here, well, 47, 48. Yeah, Yeah, 47, 48. So let's come in here. So we're going to do erase pictures 35. Oop, 35, not 25. And 36. So that's where we're going to erase those buttons. Well, where is it setting the current... Okay, current room monster is equal to -1. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. Let's actually put it right after that. So it sets the current room monster to -1. Erase picture 35 and 36. Good to go. So, when the monster dies, it should hide those buttons. Okay, let's come over here. Let's find a monster. Still no buttons. Alright, give us a strength die. There we go. Okay, let's kill this monster. And then as soon as he dies, it should erase these. There we go. You've got no more buttons, nothing more. You're good to go. Perfect. Okay, that's good. And then if you were to find another room with a monster, it should show the buttons again, but like they're not functional right now. There we go. Perfect. Okay, buttons are gone. Fantastic. Fantastic. Level up, even better. All right. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that resolves that issue. Now, we need to find the room with the sigil. Actually, we already know we need to do this. We need to make it so that when you leave the room with the sigil, it deletes this stuff, right? The button, the text, all that stuff. So let's come over here. So how are we going to do that? What do we have saved? We need... Okay, so this is showing the draw/attack buttons when you find a room with a monster. This is spawning the sigil if you go into the room that has the sigil. And then if sigil is active, is off. So in here, what we can do... Let's actually have this be on top of the draw buttons. So this, we're just going to add an else handler. So if you're in the room, do all that stuff. If you're not, then we're going to delete pictures 23 and 24. Yes. So else, erase picture 23 and 24. So that will basically be, it's going to run through that every single time you move rooms. But I don't think that should be a problem. So let's move rooms. Okay, there is no picture 23 or 24. That's good. That's good. So the next thing to test then is we want to see where the sigil's at. So the sigil is in room 14. Okay. Easy enough. So let's go... We're going to need to go over and then up. Nope. You'd think since I created these floor layouts, I would remember where things are. But no, I do not. So we have to go up, over, and down. Oh, come on. You win some, you lose some. Let's go. There we go. Another level up. I think I need to adjust that again. Okay. Okay, something broke. Something has broken. Why can I not move? Is it because of the level up? The worst thing about bugs like this is I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what is stopping. Well, let's see. So this is the movement script. Save throw, level up. Okay, so first let's check and see if level up is on. Okay, so let's check in here. Switch 31. Okay, so level up is off. Okay, so it wouldn't be that. Dead monster is switch 15. Is that still on? Okay, dead monster is off. Attacking is switch 27. Is that off? Okay, so attacking is still on. So something there broke the attacking. Something there broke it so that it's not turning off attacking. What would have broken that, though? So here we go. That's spawning. So we've got the monster. Where was it? Dungeon fog, POV transition, monster animation. So dead monster. Okay. All we added was erasing pictures. We didn't change any switches or anything like that. So I think it's got to be something with the level up process, right? Well, we've done this before. You leveled up, and it gets rid of the monster. And then level up. Turns on A. Waits for you to choose Vitality, Dexterity, Strength, or Luck. And you got a Confirm button. Turns off level up. If not, flash the text. Okay. Let's see here. So when in this does it turn off attack? Turn off hit monster. Dead monster. But attack should be off by now. So where... So when you attack... Oh... I think I know what it is. So if you... Yeah, so it's relying on the current room monster. Crap. Okay. So that's the problem. So when the monster dies, it's changing the current room monster to be -1. Which is what we want. We do want it to do that. But it doesn't have enough time to run through the rest of this attacking script before it sets it to -1. And so it turns off this page and doesn't do any of that stuff. Because right here is where it's supposed to turn off attacking. Right there. That's where it turns off attacking. So. So how are we going to do that? So we need to turn off attacking. Do we just need to tell it not to change? Because this technically right here is what's breaking it. Current room monster. So what we need to do is not rely on this variable. Nope. This variable. We need to not rely on that with the attack animation. So we could use a self switch. We could just say within here. So if draw cards is off, comment attack button. Yes. So if you're pressed, do that. If you're released, then it's going to go through and do this entire thing. So maybe what we need to do is say, when you're released, turn on a new self switch. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. Okay. So let's... Okay, so how far down does this go? This goes down all the way to there. Okay. So let's grab from here down to there. We're going to cut that. We're going to refresh that so we can actually see. Okay. So when you're released, turn on self switch B. And let's make a new page on self switch B. We're going to parallel process. And then that should take care of all of that. So then down here, very end of it. Control self switch, turn off B. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm old, wipe me down, but I am live. So, isn't that egg on your face? Anyway, I apologize if I didn't respond to your first comment. Okay. I do what I can. Well, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so we turn off B, and then all that should be good. Okay, so I believe... Come over here. Let's test that out. Let's make sure that what we did actually fixed it. We'll find out. So we go into the attacking. Nope. We're going to get hit. Let's see if we can get some better draws. I think the worst feeling in the world is when you die by your own game while testing your own game for bugs. Okay, let's try that again. Here we go. Okay, that's an easier monster. That's good. Hey, Scene, welcome back. Okay, so we do that. It attacks. It does all that. Well, that's awkward. So let's have a second thing over here where it erases. Nope, we don't need those. We need another delete function. Yes. Yes. So the pictures we need to delete are the draw and the attack button. So 35 and 36. So let's erase pictures 35 and 36 over here. Whew, once we get through this bug, I will be so happy. 35 and 36. 35 and 36. My old nemesis, we meet again. You gonna let me kill you this time? Please? Ah, there we go. Okay. Oh. I just saw something not good. It's deleting those pictures every time I attack. I don't know if you noticed it. Look very closely. Every time I attack, these flash. Yeah. It's your problem, alright. It's your problem right there. Okay. We can fix that. We just need a else handler. So we need to check for... We can go off of monster HP or dead monster. Let's go with dead monster. So if switch 15 is on. So, conditional branch, if the switch 15 is on, then we're going to delete those pictures. Okay. Let's see. Test number 5000. Let's see if this works. There we go. Easy monster 2. Okay, so the pictures didn't erase. That's good. And then when he dies... Pictures erased, and then they came back, and then they erased. Is it because the current room monster is still at 1? Beans! Okay. Let's... Okay, so the monster... dying. This is setting current room monster to -1 here. Do we just do that? I think we can just move this variable from here over to here. So if the monster is dead is on, set it to -1, erase the pictures, go back. Yes. This guy just loves getting in my face, doesn't he? Okay, well, so far these haven't erased, so that's good. And if we do that... Okay. I think it looks fine. I think that looked fine. Fine enough, anyway. Okay, perfect. So, let me just check this really quick. Okay. Okay. That bug is resolved. So, you can now move around the dungeon. It doesn't do anything crazy. Yeah, doesn't do anything crazy. The buttons are gone. Happy day. This also means this is where I could put, where you could choose. If you run into a room with a trap, you could have a choice. Make a dexterity saving throw, or try to disarm the trap. So we could do that. Not something we have to do, but it's something we could do. Just thinking out loud here. Okay. There we go. And a level up. Okay, and that didn't break anything, so we're good there. Perfect. Oh, that feels better. Lunchtime, be right back. Go enjoy your lunch. Hopefully it's delicious. Alright, so... after we finished all those bugs, let's get back to what we were doing. Okay, so we need to create the teleportation sigil. Yes, 100%. Absolutely. Let's work on that. I think I've already said it. We've created... so when you enter the sigil room... lunches for the week. Exactly. It is for the week. Not to be confused with the week, but for the week. Isn't that right? Okay, so in sigil room, on, show the picture, show the text, all that good stuff. So then we need a new script to handle the button presses. We can just use this one, because this is handling the button presses for the combat. So let's call this one, because I haven't named it yet, we're going to call it initialization / draw / we'll just do initialization / buttons. Okay, so if you are new switch, if you are in sigil room 40, if that is on parallel process, let's grab the mouse coordinates that we'll need so you can actually activate the button. Okay, so if mouse X is at, let's find that out. We're going to save that really quick just so if it crashes. Okay, so if mouse X is at 528 and 628. 528 and 628. And if mouse X and Y is at 752, 692. 752, 692. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's the Y coordinates. It's the X coordinates we need to set. We already had the Y coordinates. That's fine. So if you're between these X and Y coordinates, then let's grab the other conditions. If mouse is pressed, and if mouse is released. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's come over here. Let's grab sigil active, sigil text, sigil button. Come over here. So if you're between there, turn on the hover state. If you are pressed, turn on the click state. And if you're released, turn on the hover state. And then if you are not between those, then just show picture there. Okay. Yes, that should be good. Hey, Tossin, welcome back to the chat. You're done with making your game for today. Hopefully your dev session went well. Is there anything that you got done that you're particularly proud of today? Any new features, any bugs you took out? Any new exciting UI elements? Okay, so this is showing the button's hover state, showing the button's click state, release state, and then if you're not over the button at all. So if you're pressed, whatever. If you're released, this is where we're going to actually do the exiting process, where you exit the dungeon. I don't know exactly how that's going to look right now. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to look as of right now. But for now, we're just gonna... How should we do this? We could reuse these old, terrible spirit assets that I have. Terrible. Well, I took out a bug that Spikes doesn't delete itself sometimes, and I added a stopwatch. Nice! Yeah, sometimes dev sessions can just be nothing but bug squashing. I mean, I feel like the past hour and a half has been basically nothing but bug squashing. I mean, the stream started with a bug squash. My freaking microphone wasn't working for some reason, so that was a fun bug, and then, yeah, so... but that's awesome. Glad you were able to figure out that bug where the spike wasn't getting deleted. And having the stopwatch, that's a good thing to have. So I'm assuming each one of your levels will be... So they're timed, yeah? So, like, depending on how long you're on the level, you've got 30 seconds to kill the other players, and if you don't, then something gets triggered, is probably what I'm assuming happens. Okay, yeah, I guess we could just use these as a very basic, simple, absolutely horrible animation. Okay, so when you're released, what we will do is show... Yes. Okay. It's going to be very janky, so we're going to go with pictures 97, 98, 99. Yeah, 97. Spirit. Yeah, so we'll do... 97 is the back one. So maybe we need to start with number 99. So 99 in center, 640 by 360. Start at 0. Yes. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so show a picture 99. 98 is Spirit 2. And 97 is Spirit 1. And then let's grab picture easing. So we need to set the picture easing for picture 99 to quadric in. So it starts slow and then goes fast. Yes. So 99, 98, and 97 is quadric in. I misunderstood. Oh, sorry. This is a survival game. Dodge the spikes as long as possible, and less players that are standing wins. The stopwatch is just for fun, so players can see how long they have survived. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I thought that you were adding the stopwatch so that if it hits 0, some type of trigger happens. So, like, it spawned an obstacle or I don't know, made the spikes fall faster or something like that. So, yeah, I apologize for misunderstanding, but no, that's awesome then. It's always fun to see how long it takes to, you know, take out the other people you're playing with. Okay, so 98, 99, 98, 97. Quadric in. And then we're going to move the pictures. 99, center, 640 by 360. I guess 1,000? Sure. Add the stopwatch to distract players too. They will die faster if there's a distraction. That is true. Yeah, if people are just watching the clock instead of paying attention to what's going on around them, not going to end well. Not at all. Alright, let's do 2 seconds on this animation. 99, 98, and 97. Let's also do... we need them to spin as well. So, rotate picture... 97... we'll keep going this. Let's go with 3. So yeah, so 99, 98 is at a 2, and 97 is at a 1. Okay, so we'll show the pictures, they'll fade in as they're growing at the screen, and then when they fully take over the screen, then we will just do... we need to erase all the pictures except for 97, 98, 99. We could just show picture 100. Do I just have a black picture? Black cover. There we go. So picture 100, black cover at 0, and then we will just fade in that picture. Picture 100 to 255 over the course of half a second. And then we wait for 30 seconds. Okay, and then for now, we're just going to have it take you to a new floor. So we don't want you to die, necessarily. So we've got the death map here. So let's copy that. We're just going to call this next level for now. So basically, we want to go through, we want to turn off all the switches, reset all the variables, clear all the self switches. Oh, that was actually something I'm going to look up. All right, I'm going to look up something really quick. RPG Maker, MV, erase all pictures, script. I feel like there has to be a way. Okay. For future reference, if you want to clear all images on the screen, there's a much easier way. Game.screen clear pictures. Yeah, that's a pretty easy way. So let's just make sure that that works. So literally all we should have to do, we should be able to get rid of this, add it to here. So we're clearing that, we're clearing the pictures. There we go. Now, what we don't want to do, we don't want to reset your level. We don't want to reset... okay, we have to take into account a bit more. So this isn't as easy as the death. Yeah, so we need to figure that out. The funny thing is, every time I'm about to make it, I fell there a lot. I feel like there's a lot to do. When I actually try to do something, I don't know what to do. I feel like it's complete, but it's not at the same time. Yeah, I get that feeling, and sometimes it can be difficult when there's other things you want to add to your game, but you're not quite sure what to add. You don't want to add too much, but you don't want to have it be too little. Honestly, a huge help for me has been using some type of project management board. Just so you can keep track of what you're working on, what you want to work on, what you've gotten rid of, all that fun stuff. So I would say, I would 100% recommend using some kind of project board. I've been using Trello. I've really liked it. It's free. I think you get 5 different... I think they call them cards. So you get 5 cards that you can set up your projects. So I've got like a new card, an in progress, finished, canceled, and my backlog. And yeah, I think that would be a huge help for you, Tossin, is if you were to add some type of project management to your project. Project management to your project. So anyway, that's just for me. It's helped me a ton in adding and making sure that I feel like I'm accomplishing what I need to, and not just spinning my wheels on what in the moment, I'm like, oh, I'm going to add this, I'm going to change this. Because there's times you forget what you're working on, why you were working on it, and all that fun stuff. So anyway, I would highly recommend that, is do some implement some kind of management or workflow to your project. Would you rather have all your teeth fall out or be paralyzed from the waist down? Ooh. That is a great question. I feel like I would have all of my teeth fall out. Only because I could just get dentures put in. Or what are those called? Like false teeth? I just have false teeth put in. Yeah, those are dentures. Oh, crap. No veneers. Okay, fine. No teeth. I feel like I could get used to that look. Yeah. I think I'd probably still go with no teeth. Because that would suck to be paralyzed from the waist down. To be fair, it would also suck to not be able to talk very well, and you can't chew. But I also like soup. And pudding. And it'd be a good reason to eat soup and pudding. Yep. Alright, there we go. That is my answer. I would go with no teeth. That way I could still move. Because that would suck to be paralyzed from the waist down. I mean, it'd suck to lose all your teeth too. But I would rather lose my teeth than be paralyzed from the waist down. Tossin, you tried Trello, but after some time I forget to follow it or updating it. Yeah, and that can happen too. I know it's really easy to stick to something in the very beginning, but that's where... I'm trying to remember the quote. Crap. Of all the times for me to be inspirational, and now I've forgotten the quote. I'm going to look that quote up. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I know I've got it. I know I have it written down. Let's come over here to Google Keep. Let's see. Maybe I don't have it written down. I have failed. I didn't write it down. Crap. Well. Anyway, since I didn't write it down, it goes something like this. It's something like... Oh, what is it? Motivation is temporary. Yeah, motivation is temporary. That's when dedication comes into play. Something like that. Like, motivation is temporary. Dedication is necessary. We'll go with that. Because that sounds inspiring. So yes, your motivation can be fantastic, and that you need to use that motivation. But when the motivation runs out, because it's temporary, dedication is where you need to have that dedication for when your motivation runs out. I am absolutely butchering that, so I apologize. But anyway, that's what I would say. I know there's an actual quote, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it is, so we're going to go with that. And we're going to pretend like that was very inspirational. So, hard work and penetration. Yeah, I think that's the quote. I think you're right. It's that one. I mean, any quote with penetration is the right quote, so. Okay, so, yeah, something else I would also highly recommend is on your phone. Trello, there's an app for Trello. Install that on your phone, so that way, even if you're not at your computer or have easy access to anything like that, you can just jot down what you want or need to do. So, yeah, that would be another thing that I would suggest. But yeah, if it's 12:40 over there, 12:40 a.m. over there for you, I would 100% recommend you get to sleep. But yeah, I appreciate you joining the chat today, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. Fire in the belly doth fade swift, so best grind thyself with the chains of stubbornness. That one feels more inspirational than mine. Should have Googled inspirational quotes. I should just have like inspirational quotes up on one side of my monitor so I can just ready to pull those out whenever I need. All right, so back to what we're doing. Okay. So we don't need to turn off... Well, we probably need to turn off all switches. I will say that, because... Well, we want always on to be on, because always on should always be on. Is pressed, picked up, released, loaded graphics. We're going to leave loaded graphics on too. Crap, they're going to be so divided. Alright, so we need to turn off 2 through 4. 2 through 4. We need to turn off draw cards. So then 6 through... Six through 19. Um, 21. Through 40. Okay, so then 21 through 40. We'll call that good for now. So we're turning off those switches, those blocks of switches. And then the variables are going to be much more difficult. much more difficult. So, variables, because we don't want to affect the player's level, stats, anything like that. So we can ignore those. The player mod, player level, we need to leave the backpack slots alone. So we can do dice picked up, slot picked up, dice type picked up. So 18 through 20. 18 through 20, set those to 0. Backpack slot types, dice swap number, loading, cards drawn, card value. Okay, so then 30 through 47. Whoop, not 477. 47. Still need to fix this keyboard. It's double pressing, and it's terrible. Player XP, player HP, vitality, dexterity, strength, luck. So we can start at 56. Yeah, 56. 56 through 61. Okay. And then we're going to leave the gender and model, so 64. 64 through... We can reset all those. We don't want to reset that, though. So 64 through 340. 64 through 340. And then... Because this is the bestiary. I think it's bestiary. I've looked it up like 5 times now. Pretty sure it's bestiary. So this is setting the bestiary. We do not want to erase that. So we just want to set it once and call it good. So through all those... Okay, so then we're picking up at room decor again. So 841... 841 through 980. 841 through 980. 841 through 980. Okay. Okay, so that's the variables we should reset. So we've got the switches, we've got the variables, and then it's going to clear. Come in. It's all in the corner. You're almost there. You're almost there. You made it. You going down for a nap. Can I have a hug? Oh, hi. Oh. You excited for your nap? Want to say hi? We're not going to play with the keyboard, but do you want to say hi? Do you want to wave? Say hi. Yeah. Yeah, is that the microphone? You going to have such a good nap? Okay. You have a good nap, okay? Mwah. Whoop, 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 whoop. I love you. Bye. All right. CGI. Yeah, she's completely CGI. But you have to admit, my CGI skills are getting pretty good. And my interactions with CGI. Okay, so switches are good, variables are good, we're clearing the pictures. But at this point, I don't know, do we want to clear the pictures? I think so, yes. So we'll clear the pictures, but then we'll just need to, when we go into the dungeon, show the pictures again. Yes. That'll probably be probably be best. Holy smokes. My speech impediment is doing terrible today. But we do want to clear self switches, and we do want to clear all the pictures. So that's good. So, what are we going to need to do then? We need to show the player again. We need to show the dice again. And we need to show the dungeon UI again. So we basically need to do all of this again. Which is doable. So maybe what we need to do, because we technically have all of that set up then, right? Yeah, because all of this already shows if you have player stats, it shows the player stats. If you have dice, it shows the dice. So we just need to move this out of there, put it into here. Because this is going to turn on always on, so I guess we can turn it off. This is going to pick a random floor between 1 and 2 as of now. This is going to show the dungeon UI. This shows the player's face. And then this will show your stat dice, so 1 through 4. And then this shows your inventory slots, 1 through 9. Okay, so we just need to tell it then. So we just need a bunch of if statements, which is doable. So let's do that. If. Let's just get all this set up so we're good to go. We could also just do this on one line. Yeah, let's just do it on one line so it's easier to do. Okay, so if game variables dot value. Okay, so if game variables. So what variable do we need to grab for this? Variable 3? Variable 3, player HP mod. Yes. So if variable 3 is greater than 0. So if there's something in the health modifier slot, then it's going to show a picture in the health modifier slot, not the health modifier. Okay. That should be right. That shows the picture, close curly bracket, perfect. So that's coming here. If game variables, I believe this is 5. Yep. So if 5 is greater than 0, then do that, close curly bracket. If 6 is greater than 0, close curly bracket. And if 7 is greater than, close curly bracket. All right, easy enough. Okay, and then 21. So these are the inventory slots. So inventory slot 1 through 9. So 21 is where we are starting. So jump into that. If 21 is greater than 0, then show that, close curly bracket. If 22, I'm going to grab that again. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. And 29. Okay, as long as I didn't mess any of those if statements up, that should be good. So when you go to the next floor, if you go to the next floor, yes. So it'll do all of that again. So it'll show your picture, your stat modifiers, your inventory. I think that should be all that's needed. So then it clears the switches, the self switches, clears the pictures, and then it's going to teleport you back to test dungeon. Okay. Okay. So then on test dungeon, let's just check really quickly. So if you're in the sigil room, you've got all this. If you click the button, as soon as you release the button press, it shows the picture, plays this little animation, waits for 30 frames, and then it teleports you to next level. It'll run through all of that. Yeah, all right. I think that should be good. Let's give it a test, shall we? Okay, we're off to a great start. What did I do? What did I do? JavaScript, why must you be this way? I know I have an if statement in here. I know. Is that not set up right? You do if. All right, that's it. JS, if then, if, parentheses, open curly bracket, close curly bracket. What? If, okay, so if, open, game variables dot value, 3 is greater than 0. Open curly bracket. Do the thing. Close curly bracket. Oh. Well. I don't know when that got off, but I apparently stopped adding opening curly brackets. Good times. Good times for all. Not really. It's terrible times. Oh, wait. I've got that in the wrong spot on this one. Let's just go there. That would do it. That would do it. So I just copied the code incorrectly. I've had so many bugs where I copy the code incorrectly, and it's terrible. All right, curly bracket there, and curly bracket right here. Okay, that should be better. Let's give that a test, shall we? Okay, curly brackets are good to go. If statements should be working. Should be being the key word here. Okay, so the sigil is in room 29. Let's go find room 29. 18, 24, 30. So if we go 1 to the left, we'll be in the sigil room. Okay, let's kill this guy really quick. Or should we just try to run? We'll kill him. He's halfway dead anyway. Yeah. mess with me. Plus, this will be a good way for me to test all of that stuff. Let's move over here. We're in the sigil room. Magical sigil's on the floor. Activate sigil and leave the dungeon. Okay. So, everyone cross your fingers that we don't run into a crazy amount of bugs. So, we should be able to leave the dungeon. We should remain this person, blue hair, level 1, almost to level 2, 4 HP, vitality modifier of 2, 1, 1. Let's give it a try. It's going to look a little janky. I know it is. Okay. Extremely janky. Extremely, very, horribly, awfully janky. Oh, that was bad. Okay, first and foremost, I mean, it worked, right? It technically worked, just janky. So, and look at that, leveled up, perfect. I literally just put a stat increase into the most pointless thing. Okay, so let's make that a little less janky, shall we? Let's, in the sigil room, why? So it's showing black cover, which is just a black image at 0. Is something using image? Maybe it is. Maybe. Anyway, yeah, so basically... okay, well there's the part of the problem. So let's do show the pictures. Let's show you guys at 0. So you're not starting off already large. Let's go with 200 frames. We're not going to have that though, because we're just going to have you wait for 170 frames. And then we're going to have the black cover start, go for 30 seconds, should cover it. And before it does any of this, we're going to control switches, turn off. There should be a switch called Show HUD. Show HUD. Turn that off. Right then and there. Nope, actually. Right there. Turn off Show HUD. Okay. Still gonna be janky, but it should be less janky. Okay, so you are... Sigil room is in 45. Let's go. This will also be a good way for me to test my inventory and make sure... Oh, jeez. Okay, come on. Ugh. Okay, fine. Okay, phew. There we go. This will also be a good way to test my level up process. Make sure we're good there. Okay, so it was 40... something. It's 40 something. It's somewhere up here. We're gonna find it somewhere up here. I hope, actually. Ouch. Wait, wasn't it like 45? Which means it's gonna be like over here. Crap. I think we need to go down and to the left more. So I think it was like 45. Pretty sure it's 45. We gotta go down even further. And then over. And then up. 39. Okay, we're almost there. So long as it's actually 45. I'm pretty sure it's 45. There we go. Okay, magical sigil. Magical sigil is on the floor. Okay, actually, I don't want to break it, but I'm gonna try and break it. Okay, so that is a bug. That is a bug. I'm gonna add this. When leaving sigil room, erase text and button. That is a problem. That is a bug. That is a problem. That's okay. We'll move back up here. Good to go. Let's activate this. It'll do its whole janky animation thing again. Okay. Very janky. Very, very janky. But again, we'll make it better. We're going to make it better eventually. One of these days, we'll make it better. For now, that is technically the exit working. From a technical standpoint, the exit is working. You teleport to a new dungeon floor. You keep your level, your HP, your modifiers, your stats, all of that stuff. Eventually, I will probably, what I'm going to do, I'm trying to decide if I either between rooms have some type of map where you choose where you're going, right? So think in terms of, what is that? I mean, there's so many games that do it, where basically after you finish a level, you have like branching paths that you can go. It's like, do you want to go one of these 4 ways? And it kind of gives you an idea of what's in the other rooms, right? So it's like, oh, well, if you go this way, this room has lots of healing, or this room has lots of monsters, or this room is a safe place to go where you can heal, you can, whatever. Because the idea is to every now and then, maybe between every 3 or 4 rooms, there's going to be a safe place where you can stop off, where you can heal, you can buy and sell dice, you can store dice in some type of chest. So, yeah. So eventually, I will have something like that. So we're going to improve the visuals eventually. But for now, it is technically working. So, happy day there. Makes me happy anyway. Okay, so I think we're going to put a pause right now. I got to run really quick, but I will be right back. So go get a snack, get a drink, whatever you got to do, and I will be back in a couple minutes. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. Okay, so, yes. Technically speaking, the exit is done. So I'm leaving the sigil room, erase text and button. We do need to fix that. Let's come over here. Let's do the POV transition. No. Yeah, this is where I needed to be. So new room. That should have been there already. 23 and 24. If the player's location... Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Alt-Control-Defeat-1. I appreciate it. Could you not get the original Alt-Control-Defeat? I'm just kidding. It should already be doing that. So if the player's location is equal to sigil in room X, then it does all that. But if it's not, it should be erasing that. So why is it not? Well, let's take a look and figure out why it's not. So 100 and 906. So let's figure that out. 100 and 906. I'm going to write that down because I'm not going to remember if I don't write that down. Var 100 906. Okay. Let's jump in here. Let's take a look. See. So if we check for 36 is... Okay, so it's in room 25. So let's go find that sigil. Get out of my way. I'm looking for a sigil. Easy enough. 21. Okay, so I need to go this way then. Up. I think I'm gonna have to go up and over. Let's go with strength. So let's go up and over, and we will find the sigil. Wait, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Never mind, I was wrong. I was so wrong. Wait, did I leave one behind? What am I doing with my life? Leaving vitality modifiers behind like that. Should be ashamed. Okay, so rate 25 should be the one up here. Okay, there we go. Sigil. So, let's check really quick. So variable 100 is 25, and 906 should also be 25. It is also 25. Okay, so then if you leave, it should erase these. But it's doing weird things. It is doing weird things. Why? Oh, okay. So it's turning on new room after it has done this stuff. Okay. So we need to fix that. Because as you can see here, so it does all of this stuff, then it does all of this stuff, and then it turns on transition. And then when transition is on, then it does this stuff. And then after it does this stuff, then it turns on new room, which then turns on this. So there's a lot of stuff going on before it does any of this. So what we need to do is grab this code block here. So we just need to have it be when the transition starts. So let's come over here to the POV transition. So before it takes into account any of the movement directions, this is actually where we need to be erasing things from the previous room. So this is erasing Sigil. My goodness. Erasing. Sigil. So then let's turn that off. So if player location equals sigil room. Yes, we're not going to have an else handler. Okay, that's where that should be then. So we can actually turn this else handler off. And then that should erase the picture before it starts. Oh, I didn't, whatever. There we go. Okay, so where's the sigil room? The sigil room is in room 57. That is too far. Let's see if we can get a closer spawn. 38, close enough. We're heading up through the dungeon. I need more power. Give me more power. It's 36, right? I don't know why I can't remember a simple two-digit number for longer than 20 seconds. That's fine. It's all right. Yeah, just give me more attack power. Okay, so it should be on this horizontal plane. Crap. Yeah. So I need to go up. Oh, don't tell me. I need to be over there. Oh, it's not down here, right? Okay, that's what I thought. Man. I was so close. Well, that's a bit of a bug. Nothing we can't fix later, though. It erased the text, but not the buttons, so... I think it's because I escaped. I made the dexterity saving throw and got away. Yeah. So I was still in combat. Yeah, this is why we need to fix this bug. And we're getting there. We're getting there. Do you know what? We'll just kill it. There we go. Okay. Okay, so if I go up from here, that should be 36. So I need to go over. Give me more vitality, sure. Up. I was wrong? It wasn't 36? I swear it was 36. Am I wrong? Does anyone else remember? Was it in 36? I guess we'll find out. Well, I can't go down from here. Alright, where the freak is this sigil room? I swear. I mean, we've explored half the dungeon already, so I guess we'll just keep exploring and see if we can find it. I probably just should have stuck with the other one. Yeah. Anyway, I think... Well, I swear it was 30-something. So, I don't know. Well, we'll go down from here, we'll explore this part of the dungeon, see if we can find anything else. We'll have it be an authentic search for the sigil. There we go. We're just stacking up these dice. Let's get more vitality. And more vitality. More luck. Okay, well, there's nowhere else to go. Actually, I guess we could go over here. Ooh, that guy's dead. Well, nowhere else to go but up, so let's go up. Okay. It's got to be somewhere around here. There it is. 38. Okay. Magical sigil is on the floor. Activate sigil and leave the dungeon. So if we leave, it should erase those pictures. Why is it not erasing those pictures? It's also moving that text, which is very bizarre. Not exactly what we want. Hold up now, hold up. You can see the flash of the button. Methinks I know one of the issues. So if we come over here, if you look here, nope, it's not that one. It's this one. In sigil room. So if in sigil room is on, and it's not turning that off till later. So we need to turn off in sigil room earlier. So in here, nope. In the POV transition, nope, that's Dungeon Fog. In POV transition, you need to turn off that. Turn off in sigil room, erase those pictures, 24 and 25. Yes. So in sigil room, 24. Okay. So save that. Unfortunately, we cannot use that save, so let's do this. And I'm going to remember this number this time. 36. Okay, so it's in room 31. 31, 31. Room 31. Let's go to room 31. I hope I'm heading the right direction. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so 31 should be right up from here. Okay, so we can kill this guy. The sigil room will be up there. Okay, so let's see. You found it. So if we go down, it should erase and be good. Why? Why? Oh... Why? Come up here, it shows, come down here. What is making it move that picture? Okay, so in here, in sigil room is on. Just for kicks and giggles, in sigil room, if in sigil room is on, then you can do all this stuff. It should literally already be doing that with this condition, but I know that page conditions in RPG Maker can be a little weird, and sometimes it will continue it'll continue to do some of these things if that's the case. Okay. There's got to be somewhere else that it's doing this. Right? Okay, so all of that is good. So if you press the button to move down, is this turning on in sigil room at all? It shouldn't be. So in here with the POV transition, the first thing it should be checking is if you are in the sigil room. If you are, no, that doesn't make sense. No, it does make sense. If you're in the sigil room, then that means you're moving out of the sigil room, and it should turn off sigil room, erase those pictures, and then it turns on new room. Oh, but here's where I think we're running into the issue then, because then it turns on new room, right? And the player location hasn't changed yet. I don't believe. Because when is it changing the player's location? So it's doing all of that. Okay. So then if over here, monster item, when is it changing the player's location? So if you press the down key, saving throw equals 0, failed deck save, turn off, player's location. So this is when it's changing it. So it is turning on, yeah, okay, so it changes the player's location and then turns on transition. And then transition runs through this, if you're in the sigil room, turn off in sigil room. Okay, that's correct. Man, I think I'm just making this too overly complicated, and it doesn't need to be. Sigil active is off. Yeah. So that's the monster animations. You're not going to have anything to do with it. Level up has nothing to do with it. The room decorations have nothing to do with it. Excuse me. Rolling dice has nothing to do with it. The saving throw has nothing to do with it. The card draws? The card draws should have nothing to do with it. This is all just based off of cards drawn. Loaded graphics, draw cards. I shouldn't be turning on draw cards at all. So that should have nothing to do with it. That's just creating the bestiary. Player damage should have nothing to do with it. Dice move should have nothing to do with it. That's just spawning the dungeon. These are the buttons. 35 and 36. But this is just showing pictures. None of these are moving the pictures. So then if B is on, move picture 29... 8. Okay, so this is moving pictures, but it shouldn't have anything to do with it because you wouldn't have turned on switch B. But or is it? Because if down here, that could be causing the issue. So this is relying on the same... Yeah, this is relying on the same mouse coordinates as... Oh, but I'm not clicking, though. I'm just pressing down. So it should turn off... Yeah. So that should be fine. There shouldn't be any cause for alarm there. So I think it's somewhere in here with you moving, because you're in the room. So it spawns the dungeon. Dungeon 1, Dungeon 2, yada, yada, yada. Turns on A, okay. So if spawned dungeon is on, and you press a button, you move a direction. Move down. Turn on saving throw monster. So that's if you're trying to leave the room and there's a monster. If you fail the dex saving throw, turn off failed dex. Okay, exit event processing. So if you fail it, then just, yep, you're done. Exit event processing. Now this is taking into account where the player is to know if you can move. So stop decor animations, turn off spawned monster. Saving dice throw is set to 0. Player location changes by location. Movement direction equals 1. Turn on transition. Okay, as it should be. Should have nothing to do with the fog. It's in the POV transition. It is literally staring me in the face, and I didn't see it. Okay. So when you leave the room, it turns on the switch transition. Transition, there is this spot here. So this code right here, this is to take into account any chance that if you had drawn a card and you were able to leave the room, it would get rid of the cards. But that is what's moving the cards. So what we need to do is have this be above that. So it erases the pictures before it tries to actually do any of that. Okay, so if it's turning off in Sigil Room, it should erase picture 23, 24. This, if it is off, it should not be showing any picture 23 or 24. Okay, that should fix that. Holy crap. Why? What is wrong with me? It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Sigil Room is room 38. Let's go on an adventure. Let's go find room 38. This has been an extremely easy run so far. Okay, so 38. We need to go further north. Yep. Let's keep going. 35. Right? So 36, 37, 38. Nope. That is incorrect. We need to go this way. So 38, I believe, is going to be right here. So if we go over one more. Nope, nope, nope. We need to go back. Let's do strength. Let's go back this way, up. Okay, so I think we need to go, if I remember, you would think since I designed the dungeon, I would know where to go, but I think it's up, over, down. Let's take a look. Vitality, sure. Over. Okay, 38. There we go. So, if we go to the right, it should... Oh my gosh, I just realized. I am so sorry. You didn't see that full screen. Okay, so if we go to the right, it should erase these two pictures down here with no problem. Okay, the activate button is still showing. Hold up. It still did the same thing. Why? 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 Okay. I know it has something to do with this. Because this is just repeating itself, showing the pictures. Which is what I want it to do. But it shouldn't be. So the POV transition. So when you enter the room, if it's on, do that. If it's not, so this is when you enter the room. You enter the room, and it spawns the sigil. So if the player's location is equal to the sigil in room variable, then it's going to turn on sigil active. No, and if sigil active is off, then we want to turn on sigil in room, show the picture, show the text, show the button. Then it goes through the rest of this, and it turns off new room. So then that should be done. Okay, that is correct. So 39. Okay, so that means nothing. Nothing happens there, it's just right there. Okay? Okay. I almost want to just like delete everything and just start again, because this is just ridiculous. So if the player's location is equal to sigil in room, then turn off switch in sigil room, erase picture 23 and 24, and then over here, if you are in sigil room, but it should be turning that off. It should no longer be processing any of this. Something is going on that I don't know where it's going on. All the code is so... I tried so hard to keep this code clean, and it's just turned into a mess. So if you're leaving, turn on stop decor animations, saving dice throw, player location, move direction, turn on transition. It turns on transition. In transition. Well, let's do our old faithful. Flash screen with red. So if this is actually happening, it should flash the screen for us. So we'll know that it's actually doing that. Let's also come in here. Well, no, that's fine. All right, save it. Show that again. So in here, let's refresh. Okay. So the sigil room is in room 24. Let's go to 24. 18. Okay. So that flashes when we enter the room. And then if we leave, does it flash? It's not. Okay, so that's there. All right, we're on the case. So when you're entering the room, do I have this backwards? So if the player location is equal to sigil in room. So maybe instead of going off of variables, so instead of going off of variables, let's go off of the switch 40. If in sigil room is on, do all of that and then turn it off. Yes. Let's see if the flash screen has saved our bacon again. You're in room 46. It's going to be a bit of a journey, but oh my gosh. All right, never mind. We're not starting with that terrible run. All right, you're in room 48 again. Okay. That's all right. We will head north to room 48, and we'll see what happens. So 48 should be up here somewhere. 47. Okay, so 1 to the right is 48. There we go. Okay, we enter here, shows everything, we leave. Okay. Aside from that flash, but now that we know that it's in there, we should be able to delete that, save it. Everyone cross your fingers. Everyone cross your fingers. I don't want to see a single person in here without crossed fingers. And that means you. Yep. I'm talking to you. Cross your fingers. So let's go to 15. 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I should have gone the other way. It's my bad. I shouldn't have drawn. There we go. Let's level up. Okay. Okay, so over here, if we go up. Okay, we're in the sigil room. If we leave. Okay, there we go. It erases everything. Perfect. Now are you ready for me to potentially introduce another bug? If we try to leave here while there's a monster, does it properly handle everything? If we try to leave here... Crap! If we try to leave here while there's a monster... Thank you. It should erase everything except for the sigil. Ugh, okay, alright. That's great. I think that was already a bug we kind of already knew about anyway. I think. Thank you. Yeah. I know. Well played. Because if I just say I'm talking to you, that could mean anybody. Even you. So. Okay. On the bright side, it's fixed. On the bright side, it is fixed. That part of it, anyway. That part is fixed. Oh, quashing bugs. Okay, so that one is fixed. Now, when leaving active combat, erase buttons. Ooh, boy. This has been fun. This has been a fun one. Okay, let's go back over here. So, I already have something erase the buttons. Hold up. I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I got a phone call, and I was hoping it was maybe a good phone call. It was just spam. That's okay. That is alright. Okay, so, where were we? Yes, erasing the button when you leave the room. I already have that technically at the end of combat. It is technically working correctly. So, that is right now on, not on level up, monster animation, dead monster. When you kill the monster, when you kill the monster, hit monster, where is it? It's supposed to be turning off the HUD and hiding the HUD. Right? We have that working, I believe. Let's just double check and make sure. I'm like 99% sure I set that up. Which I thought would be being handled on, you know, dead monster. Oh, alright. Failed that dex save. That's alright. We can afford to take a little bit of damage. Really? No monsters? There we go. So yeah, so if you kill this monster, it hides the HUD. Okay. So that is correct. But then if you leave, just let me get this dex saving throw. If you leave, okay, there we go. If you leave though, okay. So we need to hide the buttons. I believe what's happening is here, show draw / attack buttons. So if the current monster is greater than that, then it's showing the buttons. Okay, so I believe what's happening is then in the transition. Turn on new room. So somewhere here, it should be turning off HUD. Is it on movement? Turn off spawn monster. No? So where would that be? Dungeon fog. I mean, I would have thought it would be here in the monster animation. So it's playing all of that. Moves the monster. Gives you the monster's experience. Sets monster item. Okay. That's weird, but I'm not going to touch it, just in case. Oh, this is giving you a random item. That's okay, that's what's going on. So it gives you a random item, potentially. Turn on new room, turn off spawn monster. Turn on level up. Okay, so it turns on new room. So then on new room. So it must be in here then. Then jump to label dead monster. Label dead monster. So it's doing all of that. Create room traps, show decorations, spawn item, spawn item. Huh. Oh, that's right. I'm not turning off the HUD. I set the elements to only show if the monster variable is at 1 or above. That's right. Okay. So we have nowhere to go off of then. So here, monster animation. If the monster dies, we want to... That is right. Okay, so it's 35 and 36. We need to erase pictures 35 and 36. So over here, when it sets current room monster item, Okay, so we already have that. That's right. So it kills the monster, gets rid of them. That is right. So what we need is on the saving throw. If the saving throw is successful, turn on rolling dice. Okay, rolling dice. Saving throw. Saving throw 1, saving throw 2. Okay. Turn off. So if this is if you fail. So where are you successful? So if player dex is greater than 0, add to it. If player dex mod is greater than 0, add to it. If saving dice total value is less than monster AC, then turn on player being damaged. Turn on failed dex save. Turn off roll dice amount. Turn off roll dice amount 2. Erase the picture. Erase that picture. Where are when you're successful? Is it over here? If the failed dex save throw... Okay, so if there's a monster in the room, and you try to move, then turn on save throw monster. And then if that is... Okay. So, what we need to do then is when you... Yeah. So just when you're turning on transition then. So POV transition. If you're moving down, then it's erasing those pictures. So let's just add those as well. Add those. Add those. Add those. Okay, I just had to re-understand the flow of monster to dex save throw to actually moving out. So if that's the case, we should be able to find a monster. And if we can complete this dex saving throw successfully, which we won't, let's try it again. Okay. Passed it. It erases. It doesn't erase. It erased for a second, and then it showed him again. Okay, but the reason why it's doing that is because over here, if current room monster is greater than 1, then it's doing all of this. So, we need to find out where in this process it's reducing the monster. So let's get rid of those. I believe it's doing that on this. No, it's doing the POV transition. Is it over here? Yeah, we need to discover when variable 94. So whenever variable 94 is set below 1 is when that needs to happen. where would that be happening? Is it in here? Because this is spawning the monsters and items. Okay, so that's in here. So when you're over here, that's going to set the monster variable to a random number between 1 and 3. Okay? And then this is spawning the monster. Okay. So then do we need to have it when the monster dies then? So the monster dies. Monster or item, set it to -3. Does it not change variable 94 in here? Where am I changing that? Current monster, 94. When you attack, turn on attack button pressed. When you're released, turn on A. Turn on B. So if B is on, it's doing this attack. Turn on dead monster. Okay. So that turns on dead monster. Down here, current room monster. Set it to -1. Okay, so that's where we need it to be. So right after that, erase picture, it already is. It's already erasing picture 35 and 36. But that's when you're attacking it. And it's not attacking it. That's not the bug. The bug is not when you're attacking the monster. The bug is when you are trying to leave while there's still a monster. Spawn monster, turn off. We might be able to use that switch. Saving throw 0. Player location 6. Move in direction, turn on transition. We might be able to use spawned monster. What variable is spawn monster again? Spawn monster. It's variable 13. Okay, so variable 13 is currently on. Okay. So if we kill the monster, now the monster variable should be off. Okay, it is. Okay, so then let's check and see if I find a monster, and then if I am able to successfully leave, will it turn off that switch? So spawn monster is still on. Spawn monster is off now. Okay, so if we come in here, and say if variable 13 spawn monster is on, you can do this stuff. Yes. Okay. So let's make sure that didn't break anything else we have currently. We just need to find a monster. Of course. Okay, so if I kill this monster, it should still do all the same. Okay, all that's hidden. That's good. Then if I find another monster and try to run, as long as I don't get a nat 1, I'm going to die. Alright, so as long as I can run from the monster, I'm going to see that I think that should fix that. Should being the key word here. If I can run, come on. If I can run. There we go. Okay. Okay. But if during the transition I should now, though, be able to say erase picture 35 and 36 here. And that should erase it. Because that switches off. Fingers crossed. Oh, come on, come on. Okay, let me leave the room. Come on. Why? It disappears for a split second and then shows it again. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try this. This is like our Hail Mary, our one last attempt. Nope. We're going to do conditional branch if 13 is on. Then you can do that. So don't turn it on, just check. Okay. That, fingers crossed, and with any luck, should make it let us leave. Come on. Oh my gosh, let us leave. Alright. Of course we got the hardest monster to spawn right outside of our spawn area. Okay, let us leave. Oh my gosh. Okay. Erase, erase, erase. Oh, why? Why? This is going to be the death of me. The absolute freaking death of me. Okay. Going back to Old Faithful. If that flashes a screen during the transition, that means we know that it's that part of the script that is breaking it. Okay, that makes sense. It is running this thing constantly if you're in there. Okay. Alright, that's not a good solution. So do we just need to say if the saving throw, so if 23 is on? Okay, we'll just say if 23 is on, Don't do that. Then we will add the flash screen again. Okay. Let's check that. So it is going to flash white for the first little bit until we start trying to make a dex save throw. Okay, then if we try to leave, it'll stop, and it shouldn't flash again. If it flashes again, then we know it's a problem. Well, if once we're successful in our dex saving throw. If once we're successful in our dex saving throw. Why? Oh, I hate RNG sometimes. It can be the absolute worst thing in the world. Okay, so if we come over here, it should not flash again if we're successful. If we're successful, come on. Alright, I give up. I give up. I give up. We're going over here. My dexterity is going to be 20. I can never fail a dex saving throw. Ugh. Just watch. The first dex save throw I make is going to be a natural 20. Okay, the opposite of it. Okay, so it is flashing again. So that is a problem. That is the problem. The issue is here. We just need to find it. Why? Why are you being allowed to do this? Are we just not turning off monster spawn soon enough? So maybe... So we do the saving throw. If you're successful... So if you're unsuccessful, you're doing that. But what are you doing when you are successful? I mean, my guess is you're just... Let's just add that, and then let's turn off, switch, spawned monster. 13? 13. I guess we'll do that. We'll see what happens. Okay, so it shouldn't flash again. I didn't see a flash, but it's still showing the pictures. Why? 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 Oh, my. This is so frustrating. So it's not actually there that it's doing that. Because it's not flashing. And if it's not flashing, that means it's not running this part of the script that's making it break. Okay. So something somewhere else is showing that picture. But what and where? And you can see it flash. You see the buttons flash just for a split second. So it's erasing it, and then something else is showing those pictures again. Oh, man, this is frustrating. So it's not there. It's not the dice move. It's not player damage. My guess? That's spawning the sigil. Is it this? If current room monster is greater than that. It might actually be this then. Then let's also do conditional branch. If switch spawn monster is on. Hopefully that doesn't break that. We'll see. We'll see if it actually spawns the buttons. Okay. All right. Okay, so this button spawned. We try to leave. It worked. The buttons are gone. Holy crap, that was frustrating. Oh my goodness. Man, that was terrible. That was absolutely horrendously awful. Absolutely terrible. Okay, but really quickly, it's currently erasing the pictures here. I think that's fine for now. We can move them to somewhere else later if we want. But for now, there will not be buttons when you're on this screen. If you're on a screen with a monster, though, and if you try to leave, it erases the buttons. I think we want to erase it sooner when it starts the transition, though. Which I'm fine with. Let's do that instead. So let's just put that at the very top there. So we'll get rid of those, rid of those, rid of those. I think when it starts the transition, it'll get rid of the buttons, the cards will move down. That will look better, I feel. So we pass the skill check. Erases them. Ooh. I forgot. So we can't do that too prematurely. Unless here as well, we say... Okay, what do we have to work with in terms of this? So the draw button. So this is being shown if game switches 22 is on, and 22 is show HUD. Okay, we can't turn that off. So 22 is on, and if 7 is false, 7 is draw button being pressed. Okay, we can't use that. And 94 is greater than 1. Okay, so I think what we need to do then is here, excuse me, here we need to do control variable set 94 to -1. We'll just set it right there so it's earlier on that it hides the text of the buttons along with the buttons. Okay, let's do that. So come over here. Well, that was lucky. Let's move out of there. Let's move over. So it should get rid of the buttons and the text at the same time. Perfect. All right. Now I wonder what happens if we go from monster to sigil room. Will everything work correctly there? It does. Awesome. Okay. And then if we activate the sigil, it does its janky animation. And then we're on to our next floor. Okay. Well, we got that one figured out. When leaving active combat, erase buttons. That was absolutely horrible. But we did it. We got it. It's working. Now, I do want to slightly unjankify that jank. So right now, it shows the pictures. So it moves. Oh, that's okay. Well, that would make sense. 200, 200. Okay. So it waits 170 frames. And then it shows picture number 100, black cover. Turn off the HUD. Fade that in over 30 seconds. It should wait for 60 seconds. I still don't think it's actually... I don't notice the black cover showing. So let's see if we can find... Okay, room 45. I'm just going to run from all combat because I know that I can make an escape every time. So 45. 45. I don't know why I'm picking up dice. I don't need it if I'm just going to run from all combat. 39. 45. Okay, so if we activate it, still is going to look janky, but hopefully less janky than it did before. Yeah. Yeah. Meh. It gets the job done. That's what we care about. So... let's come over here. We will say we've created the teleportation sigil, and we created the exit sigil. Oh. Okay. Well, there we go. I think... let's do... we're going to take it a little bit more chill for the rest of the stream. And instead of creating a whole new system or anything else that is going to potentially break things or create more bugs... we are very simply just going to turn up the music, create a third floor, and we're just going to chill. How about that? I think that sounds best. So, I'm going to just mute myself. We're going to listen to some lo-fi music. Let's go with... yeah, we'll go with this. And we're just going to take it chill, adding a third floor. So, yeah. Let's do that. Okay. I think we've got room 3 figured. Well, as far as the layouts anyway. So let's save that. Room 3 layout. That's all good to go. It's a very boring process, but has to be done if you want to be able to move around the dungeon. Okay, so loop, random card face. So this is setting the 55 through 60. 1 through 60. Oh, well, wait. Creating exit sigil. Creating exit sigil. Well, there's a problem in itself. So, we need to just copy that. And we got the player location. Okay, so we need to fix dungeon spawn number 2 anyway. So let's get rid of this. And that. Yes. And then we need to move the player location above that. Exit sigil, loop that, and then you're doing... And then you're setting that. So that's correct. Okay, so that should all be correct now. So, let's copy that, go in here to spawn 3. Because we don't need the exit anymore. We can get rid of that. And then creating the exit switch, we don't need that either. So we're just pasting that, moving that above. So then we have to decide where the player is going to start. Now, we could... Well, I'm going to stick with the same way we've been doing it for now, which is we manually place the player. Eventually, we should be able to have the player start in any room, because this exit is starting in any room. Yeah. That's what we're going to do, eventually. For now, we're going to stick with the same, spawning just somewhere in here. So let's say the player spawns in room 4? Yeah, sure, why not? Room 4. Player spawns in room 4. Show player location, set it to 4. Create the exit sigil. Checks to see, yada yada yada. Okay, and then current room layout. We're going to do room 6. It's no longer room 6, it's now going to be room 4 layout. And then where is it? Why do I have it like that? So it's setting the current room monster. But if I just... Is that in the initial startup? Nope, that's setting all of that. It's running all of that. Okay, so it's when you enter the test dungeon. Okay. Okay, so then over... Over somewhere. Where is it calling those common events? I literally just... Okay, there we go. So it turns on the common event. 1, 2, and 3. Depending on what the random number is. We're setting the room layouts. Player location equals 2. This is when you're spawning into the first room. Create exit sigil. Random card face, 1 through 60. So that's just putting the sigil. And then in here is where it's setting monster, items, and trap. Okay. Well, again, we're going to stick with what we've been doing, because I know it works, and then eventually we will change that. So, room 6 monster, to room 4 monster, room 4 item, room 4 item. Okay. And then set room 4 monster to -1. Yeah, this seems very inefficient right now, but we'll get there. So, if the player is spawning in room 4, we need to move this over to there, and then find out where on the map that is starting. So that is starting 1168, 424. So 1168, 424 shows that, shows the player icon. And then the fog. So if you're in room number 4, we need to be affecting fog 11. And we don't want it to equal 3. We want... I'm just going to check on this really quick. Fog 1. Yep. So fog 11 will be equal to 1. Show fog 1. Turn on new room. Turn on spawn to dungeon. Okay. So, let's see if we can get a dungeon spawn into room 3. Alright. Well, floor 3. So floor 2. Floor 2. Floor 1. Floor 1. One of these days, it's going to happen. One of these days, it's going to happen. Alright, if we try it one more time and it doesn't work, I'm probably just going to... Alright, let's do this. Random number between 3 and 3. Always give us 3. Dungeon 3. Alright, we're starting 3, 4. That seems right. Okay. So then let's see if we can explore the dungeon. If everything is right, let's just do one quick run through the dungeon. Let's explore the whole thing. I need to test all the walls, make sure I can't clip through anything. Okay. We've got some spikes. It's fine. We can't be hit by anything. Okay, the walls, good. Another trap. Jeez. Alright, well, there's no clipping so far, so that's good. Again, this is going to be a pretty boring process because I'm just making sure there's going to be no clipping through walls just to make sure I got the dungeon all laid out correctly. Yeah. Oh, well, there we go. That's a close sigil. But let's leave. We don't want to teleport out yet. Okay, just making sure that I hadn't broken that. I did have a bug at one point where if I was in battle and I tried to leave, which was basically just me trying to go up against a wall, it would make me do a dex save throw. But I wasn't actually leaving, so it's a terrible bug. Absolutely terrible. I also think at some point I'm going to add it so you can skip that whole dice roll animation if you wanted to. So like click and then it would just immediately be like, oh, this is the dice roll you got. Okay, let's keep going. So far, no issues, which is fantastic. It's always a good time when your new floor can have no bugs. Alright. I thought I'd been picking everything up. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe there was a dice there already. I just know that I've had bugs where I've picked up items from a room and I've come back and there's items there still. I'm just making sure that those bugs aren't coming back. It sucks when those do. Yeah, so far so good. I don't want to jinx it until we get all the way to the end. Especially once you start getting to the end of the dungeon, it starts getting really frustrating to remember what room you're on. So. Hey, Prosto. Almost through the dungeon. We can know if this one is all set up and good to go. Okay, I think we just got 2 more rooms to explore. Okay, 1 more. Okay. Whew. That dungeon is good. We didn't clip through any walls, so all the movement is correct. Yeah, we're able to move through without any problems. Let's get back to the sigil room. And let's teleport out of here with our janky animation. And then it'll spawn us back onto floor 3, but that's okay, because I told it to only do a random floor between 1 and 3. So. Alright. So that means we got our 3rd floor made. So now we've got 3 floors to go through. So that's fun. Oh, wait, no. It just happened that... Okay, yeah. I was thinking it hadn't randomly generated all the new things again, but it did. Okay, well, we'll just set that back to random 1 through 3. So now we've got 3 floors. Awesome. So we've got more floors to explore, and I'm going to keep adding more, obviously, but for now, that's good. I'm just going to make sure that nothing broke on floor 1, but I think everything should be fine. I didn't really change too much when I was creating floor number 3. Now, when we eventually change that was lucky. When we eventually change some more things. What am I making now? So we're kind of wrapping up the stream right now. I was just working on creating a... Sorry, I just noticed a graphical issue. We were working on creating a third floor. So now we've got 3 floors in the dungeon that it'll randomly put you in. But before that, we were working on the transporting rooms, the sigil room. That's the way you can exit the floors, and yeah. Would I raid someone? I could. Yeah, I've never raided. Yesterday, with being at my first raid, that was an exciting experience. But yeah, I don't really even know how to raid another channel. But hey, we can look through and raid another channel. I just want to test to make sure. So that's working. Okay, so add third floor. We're good to go there. So let's add. Oh my goodness, there we go. Add fourth floor. We'll just add that to the backlog so we know that we want to do that. Type raids / raid nickname. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, we can go through. We can take a look and see who we want to raid. We'll start small countdown, and then we'll ask you to start the raid. Sweet. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a good time. It'll be fun to experience our first raiding someone else. So, but yeah, so today we got quite a bit done. So let's see, where did we start today? Did we start at deleting the current exit system? Did we do all of this today? I think so, because I think we ended with allow stat mods to be moved. So I think it was, we deleted the current exit system. When we left the sigil room, it erased the sigil. We fixed variables, updated the death so that you can actually die with all the new stuff. Actually, this may have been where we started yesterday. Finished yesterday, started today. So we fixed bugs, fixed more bugs, fixed more bugs, and more bugs. But we did finish the actual sigil. So it is janky. It is very janky. That animation is awful. But we're just getting things set. And then we'll figure out how to make things look polished later. So, yeah, then we added our third floor. So lots of bugs, lots of frustrations today. But I appreciate all of you coming along for the ride. It was a good time. I had fun. Hopefully you had fun. So let's figure this out then. Let's go over here. So this is going to be me, which we do not want to watch myself. Ugh, terrible. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to want to go to... sounds like... Yeah, it was a lot. We did a lot today. It was honestly a lot of bug fixing. There were so many bugs. Wait, isn't it called software? Aren't we in software and game development? What? Dev? Well, I mean, it's right there, so I guess we can just come in here. Going to someone big or small? Yeah, the ugly green cover. Yeah, we'll probably go with someone a little bit smaller. Somewhere right around our size. Let's see here. Working on a chat bot. Ooh, an RPG Maker stream. Well, I am also working on RPG Maker, so maybe we will see what they are working on. Let's see. Oh, he's using RPG Maker 2003. All right. Well, it's not in English, so it might be a little bit difficult to check the language. There we go. English. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's do... Sorry, me and Twitch, I am used to not really navigating Twitch much. I literally will I have my, my 3 channels that I follow. And if they're live and I'm going to go watch them, I'll go watch them. And other than that, I don't really browse Twitch much. So let's see here. Let's go with... Okay, we're not going with that one. Practicing Godot, maybe. An MMO game dev sounds ambitious. ASMR programming. You've got 100 and either no one's online or there's 5 or 10 at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I guess, so this is obviously like my developer Twitch channel, so like I'm only following a few people. Yeah, on my other account, I guess I am following like 10 people. But even still, I only really ever watch Twitch if Twitch is like, hey, this person's live. I don't really go through. Let's see. Chill work. Well, he's got chill in the title, so it must be chill. Let's take a look. Let's see. World browser MMO with scale, JavaScript. That looks pretty fun. Think we should raid this guy? We'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. Okay. So, let's do this. I'm not sure how to... Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to end my stream. Well, not end it. I'm going to say goodbye. And then I'm going to go to my be right back thing. I know. I'm going to start the raid. I'm going to switch my scene in OBS, though. So I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm not going to end the stream. I'm going to do the raid. And then once the raid is finished, however that works, then I'll end the stream so that everyone's over there. I think that's how that works. Right. Okay, so thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the engagement, all the comments, all the suggestions. Fantastic day. Thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow. We're probably not going to do game dev tomorrow. I think we're going to do something a little bit more chill. I'm still not sure exactly what it is. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.